Hey there, it's Cicely Everson here, owner of Tao Holistics, herbal and functional medicine practice. And in this short video, I want to talk to you about your microbiome, right? That's just a fancy word for saying your gut. Let's talk about digestive or gut health and how that really truly impacts your overall health and wellness. So first, I want you to know that you hold the key to really having the health that you desire. And if you have children or you're caring for someone who can't really care for themselves, you are capable of learning what it takes to really help people reset their health. And I'm here to help you do that as practitioner. So when it comes to the microbiome, to the gut health, what exactly does that mean? And what do you need to do to keep yourself healthy and also to help prevent dis-ease in the body? So first of all, let's look at it in a couple of different parts. You have your upper intestines or your small intestines, where we really think about that microflora balance, where we're talking about the good versus the bad guys, right? Good bacteria versus bad bacteria. We hear about that all the time. But there are also other elements that can reside in the gut. Now, in normal amounts, for example, candida or yeast, in normal amounts, the body can function properly and it does have some function, but it's all about balance. When the body is out of balance, which most of us tend to get out of balance, when that happens, it throws off the microflora balance or the microbiome's balance, right? And then dis-ease can set in, and that's when you can have symptoms and signs that are pretty annoying. When you have digestive dysfunction, it can range from something acute in the present moment, like abdominal cramps or pain, or just nausea or an upset stomach, no matter what you eat, or maybe even if you haven't eaten yet. But it can also go to the extreme, and you can have some pretty chronic symptoms like, hives, chronic hives, full body eczema, psoriasis, arthritis. These are very common things, even some mental health issues that do stem from gut health. So remember, your gut does communicate with your brain all the time. It's not just your brain sending messages to your body, it's your gut sending messages to your brain and vice versa. And so we have to be mindful of this connection. If you're not feeding or fueling your gut properly, then your brain's not getting the correct messages, and then neither will your body, right? So when we're talking about the upper intestines, where all of those bacteria live, and sometimes the nasty guys like parasites and amoebas, another type of parasite, or maybe excess yeast or candida, we really want to look at using a quality full spectrum probiotic to flush out this area. Now, I use a multi-strain probiotic that is specific to pathogens like excess candida, provides an unfavorable environment for parasites, so it can really help zap those. I use a specific one called FloraCore. This one's not available in our dispensary yet, but I order it for clients all of the time. A lot of clients will come to me and they say, oh, I'm on probiotics, and that's great. And there are a lot of great brands, but this is one I've used without fail to really help reset the upper intestines, the microbiome, okay? So this is an important step. I would even go as far to say step one. Now, another step that you could do simultaneously with this is getting your bowels right. Okay, so we talked about the upper intestines. The lower intestines would be your colon or your bowels. This is important. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about poop or going to the bathroom, but you have to get used to this. You should be going to the bathroom, really, guys, like 2 to 3 times a day. And I mean complete, easy movements, no strain, no pain. They should be effortless. How many of you guys are in that boat? Maybe not. So the way that we need to get to this point is to eat better. We need to eat foods that enhance digestion and not slow it down. Foods that slow down digestion would be your carbs, like your breads, your pastas, not eating enough vegetables, eating too many animal meats. These things can really, do a number on the digestive system and constipate you. So if you're only going once a day, that is a slight form of constipation, because the goal is to go 2 to 3 times complete, effortless, easy movements. Think of it like this. Whatever you eat, you should be eliminating, right? So if you're eating 3 full meals a day, then we want to get your body on a schedule so that it is eliminating up to 3 full times a day, just like you would with a baby. You feed a baby couple hours later, the baby's going to the bathroom. So this is just something to keep in mind. So we talked about really flushing out the upper intestines and getting that microbiome back into balance again. And now with the lower bowels, what do we do for that? Well, there are plenty of solutions. You could do magnesium. You can take magnesium to really help clean out the bowels. You could also take buffered vitamin C powder to help flush out the intestines. And these are both great things. You could also take MSM powder, which is awesome for so many other things in the body. But where I often recommend clients, not often, all the time, where I recommend clients start is with our colon cleanse product. I've used tons of them. There are different ones on the market. Ours is not a laxative type, but it will retrain the bowels and tone those peristalsis muscles to help you go when you need to go, to help your body go when it needs to go. So our colon cleanse product can be taken safely over the long term. It's not like a straight senna product. It does contain senna, which is a laxative herb, but it is just one of many herbs in the formula. So ours is safe to take for the long term. It is non-cramping, if you've ever experienced that with a colon cleanse product before. So this is what I recommend along with the probiotic that we mentioned. And it's okay if you can only start with one thing. If you can only start with one thing, start with the colon cleanse, because this is going to ensure bowel regularity. It's really going to help flush out that lower bowel. And it also contains herbs that help to ward off and kill parasites. So this is really important. Bowel cleanse, and then that FloraChlor probiotic that we talked about. So many good stuff. Now, these are two very basic things that you can take to really help reset your health. You can feel so much better within days, guys, just by attending to your gut. And these are just two products. Now, I would ask though that you start eating more cleanly, and then you look at foods that are going to enhance digestion, like whole foods, fruits, vegetables, especially your leafy greens. If you're not getting enough of those, then you might want to look into a greens powder, which would be your leafy greens dried into a powder. That's it. Or those effervescent green tablets that they have out now that you put it in water just like you would with like Alka-Seltzer, and you can get your greens that way. These are great for support, but you definitely want to get into the habit of cooking more and consuming more, raw foods even, and more leafy greens. Now for some body types, they will prefer steamed or cooked greens, and that is totally fine. I'm not going to get into the different body constitution types here, but we do use the Ayurvedic principles to help you understand what your dominant body type is, and that sort of helps guide you in terms of your diet and your lifestyle. So I hope this has been informative. What are the top 2 takeaways? Let's say top 3 takeaways. Eat better, guys. We could do that. Number 2, take a high quality multi-strain probiotic, preferably the one that I use and the one that I use with clients, to really flush out the upper GI system, the upper intestines, to really get out any excess yeast, pathogens like viruses, like parasites. These can be very harmful and can cause more issues than you know. And they also will repopulate the gut. These probiotics will repopulate the gut with all of the good stuff that you need, right? And then number 3, I guess. I think number 1 was eat better. Number 2, the probiotics. Number 3, the colon cleanse. You want to make sure that you are going before you start any detox regimen. It's springtime, right? So with springtime comes spring cleaning. And it is about time for me to do a video on liver cleansing for spring cleaning. But with any kind of detox, you want to make sure that your bowels are open. That's like the highway. If the highway's shut down, no matter what work you do inside the body, it's not going to have a place to escape. And you don't want toxins to recirculate. So get your bowels in order. That way you are setting yourself up for success, to be healthier, to be happier, because the same blood that flows through our bowels flows through to our brain, right? So we want to be happy. And guess what? 95% of your serotonin, which is that happy hormone that we have in our brains, almost all of it is made in our gut. So if your gut's out of whack, so is your serotonin. Okay. And maybe so is your happiness. Are you happy? Are you generally happy when you get up? So these are things to keep in mind. And I just want you to know that relationship is real. That gut-brain connection is real. Don't underestimate that. And don't underestimate the power that you hold to change your health, to change your happiness. So just simple steps that you can take. If you guys have questions, you can reach out to me at hello@tauholistics.com. hop on over to our website, book a consultation. We have options for you guys, and I am seeing people in person 2 days a week and then virtually the rest of the time if you're not local to me. So take care, guys. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.